apologize for the noise in the background. It is my cat having zoomies on a chair, chasing his tail. So we are back. He's happy at dinner. We are back to work on Lord Farquaad's eyes and mouth area. I will have to stop at some point to flip my chicken that I have cooking. So just bear with me. If it goes off, I will quickly mute the stream and then go and flip it and then be right back. Okay. So we are going to start off with a dark sepia. So I'm just going to set this gray off to the side and we're going to grab the dark sepia. There we go. Okay, and we're just going to outline his eyes. I kind of went over and fixed the areas that I was worried weren't in the right direction, right spots. But I'm just going to go over this area more deeply now with the dark sepia. So this area I'm just going to bring in here, because this is going to be a dark gray area, almost blackened spots that comes around his eye. And then we've got a lighter gray area that comes in right there. We're going to leave that. And then we're going to come in to his little eye. He has quite a dark black eyelid right here. It comes down to this point. And then in here, he has a line that comes right across his eye and down. Right here. Yes, we can leave that. Comes right down here. And then up. Curve. So I just like to bring that curve in a little bit better. Actually just going to erase this line. Sorry, I think my hair is in the way, or my head. Okay. So we're just going to bring this in. And then it kind of comes in like that. And then we've got his little eye here. He has a catch light in his pupil that we will get as well, which is right about okay. And then we're going to do the same on this side. There, that becomes the eyelid, the area around the eye there. And then it gets darker gray around here. Eye comes in. You might even need to lighten up the color of the eye in order to see it. And he has another catch light here. So what we're going to do is the area above the eye in here, we're going to do small circular strokes of the pencil lightly and build it up. And we're just going to fill in that area. It would be a lot easier to concentrate if the cat wasn't doing zoomies across the living room around me, but that is animals for you. I'm going to do The same here, just this dark area, and it will eventually be black, but for now, I'm going to make it dark sepia. Staying light, circular pencil strokes. With the blue, dark blue indigo, or dark indigo. And we're gonna come in to where his little pupil is. Here. There. And then since there is that catch light, we're going to avoid it for the moment. Just for the moment. We're not done with it yet. We're just filling in where the black of the pupil will be with the dark indigo. On this side. It's a weird shape, but it's a weird shape catch light because it's actually the person who's taking the photo of Lord Farquaad in the background. So we're not going to actually put a little person in there, but we are going to sort of do the overall shape of it. Okay. And then we're going to come around and just come around the outside corner of this dark sepia with the blue indigo. And same on this side, just around here. Come in. I'm going to bring in the cream, or the ivory, sorry. I'm terrible for saying cream. And I'm going to color in the white of the eye down here, as well as the catchlight areas. Very faintly, trying not to get the colors around them because we don't want to drag them into it. And then same on this side. On this side, there is no white of the eye showing, so we're just going to get the catchlight. And then we're going to get a walnut brown. A bit of nougat. It is very faint. There is a secondary color in there. Where are you? So the nougat is very, very faint on this eye, right about this area right here. Faintly put it in. It comes around this side. Okay, so just being very careful, light circular pencil strokes. Depending on the size of your paper, this may not be as easy to block in, but do your best as you can. We're going to bring in the walnut brown here. Down. Down. A little over the bottom of the nougat and right over it here. And then on this side, the nougat seems to be more around the outside color, so that we only see color here along the bottom of the eye, just leading up to the corner. And then we're just putting in the nougat up halfway through into the corner. And then we're going to bring the walnut into this bottom area of the eye. So it's very, very little to no color being seen, but we still want to catch what color we do see. with the black. So I'm gonna put the dark indigo away. Indigo. I'm gonna grab that ivory again on this side of the eye. And if you look, there is faint brown coming into the color of the eye. And I'm literally putting my pencil into the brown color and dragging it down into the white of the eye, just to give it a little bit more of that natural brown hue that's showing in the photo, just like that. Okay, so we're gonna get the black again now. We're going to outline this area of the eye. A little tear duct looking area right here, which we're gonna grab. And then we're gonna come around. Fill in where we had the dark sepia. Right down around the pupil. And fill in the pupil just below the catch light. And then we're gonna do the same on this side. This over here, just so we can better see what we're doing. The pupil. And we're going to bring that in, while leaving that catch light still clear of everything but the ivory that we brought in. Color in where we had the dark sepia around the eye. You take a cold gray one. You have cold gray one sitting here? Cold gray 2. Take cold gray 2 and go into the catch light, because the catch light on this side is actually very faint. So I might actually take for this darker side, we're going to take the cold gray 4 and just lightly go over top of that catch light and just fill it in a little bit more. So it's still there, but it's going to be darker than the other side. And then we're going to bring it in here with the cold gray 2 and go into that catch light as well. You don't have to be perfect, exactly as in the photo. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm going to mute this so I can find out how much longer is left on my timer. Before my timer is going to go off, and I'm going to try to catch it before it goes off, so that way it doesn't scare the crap out of you guys who are listening. So we're going to go in with the Payne's Gray around the eye now. Now right here it's really light, so what I'd like to do is actually put a base of white down just where the light gray is, right here. And we're just doing this so that way the gray that we do put there will be laid down a little bit lighter. And then it is a lot around this eye, so we're going to do the same here for the just a little bit around the edge. Okay, and that's where the dark gray is going to go over top. So we're going to come in at first. I think I'd like to come in. I'm going to remove the sepia. We don't need that. I'm going to come in with a Cool Grade 5 very lightly over that white, like the area we just put in with the white. And we're just light feather-like pencil strokes, circular motions in that area. And it gets a little bit darker here, so we can just do some more layers here. And then light again here. Okay, and we'll do the same on this side, just feather-like circular pencil strokes, just right here where it's the lightest. And then we're going to get the Payne's gray and go around that and build it up darker below it. We're going to do the circular pencil strokes. Just a light pressure at first, and then we can build it up to a light to medium pressure to fill it in. And it does seem to go right up this way and down a little bit further. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Up this way, but it does come down a little bit into here. And then to here. Go over this area here. Because it's not going to be black. Layers, just to keep the color rich and get the tooth filled in there. Okay, then we're going to come back into this area that we lighten just lightly, go over it again. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on this side. On the bottom, it's quite dark. Into the corner here. We're going to avoid the area that we lightened, though, for now. Go almost black as it comes down into here. So we're going to get it quite a bit darker. We might bring some black in here as well. And then this area is definitely blacker, but we're going to bring in the Payne's gray into it as well. Still going in the direction of the fur right here, but it is still going to be light to medium pressure, circular pencil strokes. Make sure that we get in there along where the fur starts. Lucky and separate. And right here, we have a distinct line. Goes to there. And then right about, we're going to block this in with the dark gray as well, the Payne's gray darkly, with the medium, light to medium pressure. But just above that, does start to get quite a bit lighter again, and then there's even a bit of blonde in that area. I'm just going to mute real quick to check the timer. So we're going to come in with the brown ochre, lightly right below this line. We're just going to bring in the direction of the fur, little fur line, right across here. Out here. And then we're going to come in with the cool gray 2. And we're going to go into this whole area here. Just block it in, avoiding the lighter brown we just put in. I'm just going to bring it to here and down around the corner. Okay. And then we're going to come back in with the Payne's Gray. And we're going to darken in this area, put some wisps of Payne's Gray into the blonde, not much, just a few stray hairs. We're going to let this come out in a wisp. Light that shows through there, which will bring in with the X-Acto knife, I believe, in the end. Just gonna let it wisp out in the direction of the fur. Okay, just keeping an eye on the timer. About 2 minutes. And we're just gonna bring this in lightly in circular strokes. And then wisp this in a little bit darker. Like this, and then out. Of black into that area in a moment. Okay, so I just canceled the timer because it's about to go off in a minute. So we'll finish this area first before I mute myself and just go and flip the chicken, and I'll be right back. But I'm just going to wisp in some dark gray hairs into the light gray that we laid down. And then I'm going to get the black, and very gently we're just going to fill in this area here again. Okay, and then we're just going to wisp in some dark black hairs more into this area here. Going to just do the that we had done in black before, and just wisp out some black hairs into that dark gray. Just do some wisping around with the black in this line that we created down into here. Coming into this area, which is going to be pretty dark, so we're going to bring this out. We're still using the black. Just gonna put some more black into this area just to darken it up a little bit. darken up this line. Like little nick marks of black from the gray into here. And then we're going to go in here and fill this in with black. Get up to the gray. And then it comes down here a little bit. So the dark gray gets pretty dark here. Oceans, light to medium pressure. Building up that black. And then we're going to take that black with light pressure and come right up off of here, right into that black area. And we're just going to work in the direction of the fur, just very lightly. Put in some black strokes of fur right in here. Right up to where the ear is. Sort of backing up to see what we're working with here. We're going to go right up to that very first wrinkle, just lightly. Mapping in that black just a little bit more here, too. Okay? Here. I'm going to make that pretty dark. The rest. Over here. Quickly. Or where that brown is. We have the dark brown wrinkle here. We're just going to bring the black right into it. Light to medium pressure. And just lightly over this wrinkle. Okay, just blending that in. The color above it. And then we're going to go lightly right up to the blonde. And then lightly just over top of the blonde, just sparsely. Okay, we might even come in with a bit more brown to darken that up. But for now, I'm going to leave this like this and flip my chicken. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think we're going to come in with a bit of the walnut brown into where we have that blonde. We're actually going to darken this area up a bit above the eye. We're just going to do a light pressure. Same idea like we did the black. We're just sort of running it along this area. We're not going to go up in here, but we're going to stick to just above the eye. Just getting some more color in there, but darkening it up as we go. Okay, and then we're going to bring some more of the cold gray 5 in here to darken it up. And then we're going to lightly go over the light gray area here, just lightly. And we're going to get that black again. We're going to just run it into where we brought the brown. Okay. So it's more blended. Make sure you're doing circular pencil strokes so it's blended in nicely. And then we're going to go over to the other side of the other eye. And we have a dark gray. We're going to take the cool gray 5. And we're just going to start mapping in here as well. We've got pretty dark gray that goes in like this. Kind of like this area here. And it'll be mostly blackened out as well in the end. Okay, and it comes right down to here. And it just goes down along the ridge of the wrinkle. Okay, and then we're going to get that brown ochre again. We're just going to faintly put in some more fur right here. And then it's going to come out here. Those little wisps of fur on a curve. So that's what we're going to do, is little wisps of fur on a curve. The brown ochre, just lightly at first. Okay. It comes up lightly to about this wrinkle here. Then it comes out to about where we created that gray line. Okay. I'm just going to deepen that up a little bit. Still staying a pretty light pressure, just a little bit more than light pressure, not much. Making sure it curves. Is a spider. Joy of old houses. Don't think we got him. He was like almost faint to non-existent looking. Hope we got him. I hate spiders. They're really annoying to deal with. And these little ones are like faint to barely there. Okay. So back to where we were before I got myself all creeped out. Okay. And I just want to make sure with the brown ochre and get the nice blonde in there as well. Okay. And the blonde almost comes right up on this one, I noticed. So I'm going to bring that right in like that. I'm not going to put the burnt sienna over it because I kind of like it being a little bit lighter than the rest. And then we're going to bring in the black. We're going to bring in the black into this area, just lightly. We're not going to make it dark black. Right up here, we've got some stray hairs coming in. They kind of go outwards a little bit like this. So we're going to try to catch that. And then it stays pretty black. So we're going to build it up here. And then as we get closer here, we're going to let it get lighter. And then in here, there is the odd little dark fur. So we're just putting light pressure with the black into the blonde. Just lightly. And we're just going to lightly blend into the blonde there a bit. And across here. Okay, and then we're going to take that brown again, the walnut brown, and we're going to go into just above the eyebrow area where it's dark. And we're going to bring some brown into there too, just in here. Just lightly. And we're going to bring some of it, wisp it into the blonde, and wisp it right up with this blonde. Okay, and we're going to go back with the black and just do some light to medium pressure black circular strokes just to cover the brown, but we don't need it super black. And then we're going to bring some, it's a catch light there. So we're going to take some of this gray and go just into this lighter area below it, deepen it up a little bit. And then we're going to medium to hard pressure, just get a little bit of gray that comes around the eye there. Just going to deepen that up, make it a little bit darker, leaving a little bit lighter area there. Okay, and it looks like we have Mr. Lord Farquaad's beautiful eyes. Okay, I'm going to bring this black down just a little bit. Alright, so next we're going to go into his nose area. And we'll get that started. So we're going to go around lightly with the black, just lightly around the outline of the nose. Just checking the picture as we go, the reference picture. Little nostrils going like that. You do seem to go down a little bit further here, like that. And we're just gonna lightly fill in this nostril. Again, just the light circular pencil strokes for now. And then we'll do this side as well. Pencil marks are fairly light here, so a little line that comes towards here, and it comes down, and then squares off towards this area. And then comes down like this. Tapers off right about here. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, just fill it in. Once you got the right line, just lightly at first. Okay, and then we've got his little nose line that comes right down his nose, right to his mouth. Okay, and then right below the nose, we have the little darker area here, and here. Okay, and then it's going to come up around. His nose is going to come up about here. And then it kind of goes a little bit of a square shape before his wrinkle starts. Okay. And then on this side it comes around. Pretty circular. Here. And it comes around like this. Pretty faintly right there. But right here, it's a little bit darker. So we're just going to bring that in. Doing light pressure. Just building it up to make it darker to match. And we're going to bring it down. He has this cute little wrinkle right here. Okay. So that's where his wrinkle's going to start, but it turns almost into a lighter, more of a brown color. So I'm just going to give the idea of where the nose is trailing off to without actually filling it in too darkly. And then we're just going to fill in this area here of the nostril. Just making it a little bit darker. Okay, and then in here. And the shapes really do make all the difference because this will make the nose pop up off the page. Same with the shading that we'll be doing here. So it is important to try to get it as best as you can. It's never going to be 100%, but you do want to try because if you're aiming for 100%, then you'll be doing good, even if it doesn't turn out 100%. Okay, so then we're just going to do the same over here, where his little nose is. And we're just going to block in this darker area. Still watching that reference, see if there's any last minute little changes I want to make as I go. Oh, just got to reposition myself. Okay, and then once I get around this part of the nose, I'm going to mute myself again to check the timer. Okay, so this gets a little bit darker. I'm just going to move this. It's almost like a Caput Mortem Violet. It comes out this way. We're going to ignore that. And then it does come up the nose to about here. Okay. And then we got that line that comes down. I'm pretty happy with that line. So I'm going to darken it up too. Okay. And then this line on this side is pretty dark right to about here. So we're just going to darken this up. And it gets dark the whole way down, right to his mouth. So I'm just going to judge where that is and plop that line right in there. Now, right in here, it's really dark. And it goes dark right to about here. So we're going to darken this in too. And then on this side, it is not dark all the way down. It is dark where we have it. To about here. And then it gets black kind of in this area. So we're going to keep this dark here. And this looks funny, but it'll make more sense when we get more colors in, with more grays to finish up the nose area. And then here, where it comes down into here, I think I'm actually going to bring in the gray, the Payne's gray. Don't want dark indigo, that's for sure. This is Cool Gray 6. Cool Gray 6. So we'll use that just to darken in this area. And sort of blend this out here. And it kind of comes out a little bit away from the nose, not much. And then this is going to come up. Okay. And this comes down. We're going to come down lightly here, right down to the mouth. It's right about like this, and then it goes down the mouth like that. And we're even going to take this gray and just lightly map out the mouth. And it comes down like that. On the side, it's a little bit more, I like to give it more of a here it comes down like this. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. And then we're going to take the darker gray. And we're just going to map out the darker areas of the nose here. Cute little nose. And then this comes up to about here, about halfway up. And then on this side, it comes right around like this. And then like that. Okay. And then it gets dark again right here. Along the ends, the sides here. And right along the center. A little bit out right here. And then up. And then I would say the whole way here. So we're just lightly mapping it in right now. It kind of comes down like this. And then again, it comes up here. And then partway onto this area of the nose. And like this. And then it comes up towards this way. And then kind of like this. Okay, so we've mapped in his cute little nose. We are at 50 minutes And I'm going to stop here and I'm going to have my dinner. And then we'll come back and work on the rest of his nose and his face.